Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Aparna. Welcome, Prajot. Welcome, Wing. Welcome, Nikhil. Welcome, Ma. Welcome, Matthias. Welcome, Prema. Sudha, you are saying, Namaste, beloved Rajee ji. We are together watching the Satsang from Hungary. Sudha and Joseph Devdas. Welcome, Sudha. Welcome, Joseph. Everyone there. Happy to know you are connected right now. If you have any question or if you feel like sharing anything also, you can either type here or you can send a message on Facebook on my private Facebook ID, Rajee space non-dash duality. Welcome. Welcome, Jenny. I will continue greeting you all as you come online here, as you connect with me. But in the meantime, I also feel like starting now, little bit. Welcome, Steve. Welcome, Mila. You are saying, dear Guru, I am here totally today. Totally, it's very good, Mila. Let us see what unfolds, what we are able to see together. Okay. So, what I want to start with something very interesting today. In one interview, Bruce Lee somewhere said, many beautiful things he shares, which which are like so beautiful, so significant expression of the inner knowing. He said that all form of knowledge is ultimately self knowledge. And I was just looking into this statement, and I found it actually true. All form of knowledge is ultimately true knowledge. All form of knowledge is ultimately self knowledge. So in whatever form we know anything, or whatever we know anything, we are only knowing the self, the truth. And then I was wondering, then why can there can be difference, why there how there can be different reports. Then I found I saw this, that the reason there can be different reports from different knowers, even when the knowledge is always knowledge of the self in whatever form we know. The difference is because of the knower. The more pure the knower, the more pure the knowledge of the self. All the knowledge is of the self. When the knower is totally empty of everything, then the knowledge of the self is pure, absolute. Until then, knowledge is relative. So it's a relative knowledge of the self, also known as partial knowledge of the self. So this is how I wanted to start. And on these lines, also we can we can talk a little bit. If you have any question, anything you feel like asking, or anything else altogether, also we can look. Harmony, you are also here. You are saying hello, dear Rajiji. Ian and I are very happy to join again today. Already we are smiling and feeling the light and peacefulness. Uh, Ian and Harmony, I want to tell you as many times as needed that this light and peacefulness is is your own self, and it is coming from yourself. This satsang, this meeting, and this teacher is working like a catalyst to turn your attention inwardly. But whatever you are experiencing is your own. It is not anybody's peace or light. This is how I feel like saying to you, Ian and Harmony. Miriam, you are here on YouTube. Welcome, Miriam. Welcome, Zina. Welcome, Diva. Welcome, Nitya. Harmony, you are saying thank you, thank you. We are feeling this also, and we feel this. You're saying as a true empowerment. Yes, this is true. Speaking from the truth has some power to bring you to your own self. When we listen with openness and non-judgmental state of mind. You are saying, isn't that also what Bruce Lee had in mind with his comment that you shared, reminding us of our true nature? Yes, it is. It is reminding us of our true nature. Everything actually is reminding us of our true nature. It is a taste of our true nature actually. Every experience that we have, every knowledge that we have, every taste is taste of the our true nature. Every knowledge is knowledge of our true nature. But when the knower is pure, when the knower is empty of everything, then the taste is absolute. Then the knowledge is absolute. Until then, taste will be relative and also knowledge. Welcome, Amaya. You are also here. Diva, you are saying, I have a question. Okay. Your question is, when you say self, who is it that you are referring to? I am referring to you all. I am referring to myself in a very, very simple, uh, unconditioned way. In a very simple way, we can say. But it is referred to as something higher something deeper, something distant from us, only because we have not we are not living it fully. We are not living the full power of ourselves. We are not living the full of ourselves. We are living only a aspect of ourselves, a very limited power of ourselves. So in this way, it may appear to be two, you and the self. Self means truth, which is non-dual. And if you are also in the state where you have discovered that I am non-dual, then you and the self are one. And if you have not discovered that yet, then you and self are two. You have to discover the self like this. You have to turn your attention towards the self like this. And that self, that non-dual nature is within ourselves. Within means in the direction from where everything comes out. Your attention comes out, actions comes out, feelings, decisions, intuition, everything comes out inside ourselves. Inside means inwardly, not inside this body, but inwardly. That is the direction of the self, and that the nature of that self is non-dual. We are more like a branch of a tree, of a vast tree, magnificent and divine. But as we become conscious, we first start becoming conscious of being a branch, and slowly, as our consciousness, self-consciousness grows, expands, we see there are other branches also. Then the other enters in your life, and in this state, generally the other is hell, other troubles. That what others are doing, what are these other people, why they don't follow the same ideology which I find appropriate or appealing, why they don't do what I want to do, like this. But as our self consciousness grows, expands even more, then somehow we are able to see that I'm not autonomous, I'm not separate. I have roots. I am connected to something called a tree, which is basically connected to the earth, to the life. And this last expansion, which I'm talking about, happens when we connect more inwardly, not outwardly. Because outwardly, we will always see from the eyes of separation. We will always see the other, and we will think and look in that way only. This radical knowledge is only available when we go inwardly. Then only we discover first that I am connected with the whole. Then, when we come out of this knowledge, if inwardly we have discovered something, and when we come out of it into the at the level of body, at the level of branch, let's say, then we see that the other branch is not so much other. The same roots are supplying life juice to this also, as much as they are supplying life juice to me. So maybe you can say in the beginning we are relatives, we are friends, we are family, like this. As our self knowledge of our non-dual nature grows more, be more profound, or you can say it becomes more clear and absolute. then also it becomes clear that a branch is not really a branch outside of the tree, and also it is not really part of the tree as if it is separate from it. This whole thing is called a tree. This whole thing is called the self, where one branch appears to be separate, believes to be separate, lives as separate, and once it goes to the roots of itself, discovers that I am not separate, I am not the branch, I am the roots. And then slowly it discovers I am the roots, non dual, and I am the branch, dualistic. And I am both actually at the same time. So, Diva, this is what I feel like sharing with all of you through your question. Thank you for bringing this beautiful question. If you have any further questions or queries, please do post here. Manu, you are here. You are saying Ram Ram Bhaiya. Ram Ram Manu. Welcome, Gajan. Uh, Yatri, welcome Yatri. You are here also. Steve, you are saying the self is the totality, the one without a second. Yes, this is what it is actually. But to know it in the reality, to taste it in a way, you can say taste it or experience it in its directness is very different than to know it in the in the conceptual way. Because in the depth of the self, in the directness of the self, in the direct experience of the self, concepts don't exist. And in the conceptual level, the directness of the self, the fullness of the self, the taste of it does not exist. And that is what confuses many of us, even when we have gone or touched this deeper level and came out of it into the mind. Some synchronization of these two levels happens in time, and slowly the conceptual level is also seen as the self. The body is also seen as the self. Thoughts are also seen as the self because there is nothing else. But it has to be our first hand experience. Then only this can give freedom. This statement is very profound, Steve. The self is the totality. But if it is not our experience, then it is going to bring trouble to us. Because we will accept everybody, like we say jokingly, no, we will accept everybody as the self in this totality, except our neighbor who is continuously nagging us, except our partner maybe, or like this. So yes, you are right, Steve. Welcome, Ram. You are also here. You are saying I am late. It is fine, Ram. Steve, you are asking, when you say our experience, whose experience? It is the experience of totality only, because there is nothing else except the totality. But the experience of the body mind level, when taken as totality, then we make the mistake of taking the part as the whole. Part is part of the whole, part is not the whole. And then what we call body level consciousness or mind level consciousness arises. That is what is called uh, separate soul. And that separate soul, when adopts or associates itself with form and name, it becomes ego. This is called ego. So our experience means, who you are asking, whose experience means the experience of the total. For me, experience and knowledge are one. I don't see them separately. So if you are calling knowledge, it's same. If you are calling experience, it's same. And as I said in this quote, when I was quoting to Bruce Lee, what we know is the self-knowledge. In whatever form knowledge arises, we only know the self. Whatever form, in whatever form experiencing happens, we are only experiencing the self. But it depends on the state in which the knowledge happens, where lies the difference. And rather than asking me whose experience, it would be so nice that if you all can look right now, whose question. So, Steve, can you look right now? Whose question is this? That is where lies your answer for this question. Because such questions cannot be answered in words, they have to be directly experienced, and they have to be experienced by the questioner actually. So find out who is the questioner that is going to answer, experience that. So when I say our experience, I mean the experience of that which is interested in knowing anything, which feels I have suffering, which feels I have confusion, which seeks for clarity and happiness. So that one is going to experience it. It is that one's experience, Steve. Welcome, Pratik. You are also here. You say you are late too. It's okay. You are still very, very welcome. Diva, you are saying thank you, Raji. Thank you, beloved. Steve, anything you want to say now, or I move to the next question? Steve, you are saying that was clear. Thank you. Thank you, Steve. I'm always happy to connect with beings like you who come from their with the authenticity and you know and readiness to let go of their own wrong seeings and misperceptions. I'm very happy to meet you, Steve. Thank you for joining. Sangeeta, you are also here. I think first time in this session. Welcome, Sangeeta. Happy to see you here. Yatri, you have wrote something like I have to start. I have a question. Maybe I will start from here. You are saying I have a question. I feel that there is agony in choice. I tend to choose unconsciously, and then after some time, I see misery. How to determine the choice which would drive me towards destiny fulfillment? I am agonized by any choice which I make. Also, I will write, you have written into next more comments. Now I feel that I am not able to make choice. I postpone making decisions, and when I make decisions, after some time I tend to lose force in that direction and I give up. I tend to lose force as I see that this is again uh, feeding my vanity. In this context, how to make choices which makes the self fulfilling and contented, which makes the self fulfilling and contented. What you are reporting, Yatri, is very, I feel, genuine, and also um, it happens. It is noticed by many beings who are waking up, who are becoming more conscious. You can say you are half conscious, half self-conscious. You can say it is not really a correct term, but just for now, I am using it. In this, what happens is you are not free from your past, your tendencies, your need, which come from body mind levels. So you are not yet free from what Guruji calls earth mind, and you have started flying in the sky also occasionally. And you have mix of both these experiences, and from their sense of choice and from their sense of confusion, all of this arises. Anybody who has become uh, conscious up to some degree cannot become unconscious. It is not possible. Now you can only go in one direction, become more conscious. Because what happens is one level of yourself, your earth mind decides something, your sky mind does not find it appropriate because it has started desiring something something more than what your earth mind can serve. The only way is to discover yourself. There are no other ways actually to be free from suffering. So in this context, you are asking, in this context, how to make choices which makes the self fulfilling and contented. First of all, learn how to stop. First of all, learn how to see, because that is the best choice to make right now. So first, stop. You have already had enough experience living in this state where fulfillment is not coming. You are agonized. It is time to meditate for some time. Meditate means to observe without judgment. So observe yourself without judgment and you will be able to actually see what is going on and what is the best line, or what is the best direction to move. Things will become clear actually. This is what I can say to you. I don't want to bring too much spiritual concepts in this. It may again give you some sort of um, confusion. Let us stick to very simple thing. I feel this is time for you to stop and meditate. And remember, so far, whatever you have done can be at the max called preparation for meditation. You did not meditate yet, because anybody who meditates becomes free from suffering. Meditation means observing without judgment. And you don't need to observe anybody outside of yourself. You don't need to observe any event outside of yourself, any experience outside of yourself. You only need to observe yourself within yourself. This much everybody will have to do, whatever form it takes, whatever apparent technique it is called. But this is the essence, observing without judgment. And this cannot be done until you understand the value of it. And until you have any hope from your own way of doing things, you cannot understand. So, first of all, be clear. What are you doing? What it is bringing you home? Your efforts, your actions, your thinkings, strategy about life. What it is bringing? Is it really bringing something? Be very clear about it. And if you become very clear about it, then that hope, that unconscious hope that you have from your mind, that will die by itself. Then your energy will turn in some new direction where you can actually sit and see what is going on. There need to be some radical way of living life. This is not serving the my present needs. So, Yatri, this is what I feel like sharing with you. Welcome, Trapti. You say I'm a bit late today. Okay. Sangeeta, you are saying thank you. Thank you. Aparna, you have written something which gone down actually. You are saying, just wanted to ask what is all this? Since today morning there is so much irritation on myself. I feel so much like oscillation between clarity and confusion. Some days full clarity, just bliss, peace, joy, and some days clouded of thoughts, emotions, suffering. I know all these is not true, and mind uses this as time as thorn to its advantage and keeps all this going on. When I read something on FB, Facebook about anything of truth said by Guru, it feels like why I should believe this, because I have not seen this to myself. What is said, so how I can confirm is true? I cannot see anything true. Kindly shed some light on this. I am done with this spirituality and worldly life too. Yes, this statement is good. Aparna, try to remember this statement because we forget. Mind still takes over. Try to remember, write it somewhere on your wall in big letters, in very, very big letters, like a board. Make a big board of out of it. And what you write, I am done with this spirituality and worldly life too. Write like this. And that will be enough for you to not indulge in any partial knowledge or any relative knowledge. All the knowledge is a taste of the self only, but it is relative. And when you are waking up to your true nature, then you cannot be satisfied by relative knowledge. Or it has to be relatively absolute or relatively deeper in a way, you can say, that will satisfy you. And there comes a time when you cannot be satisfied by any depths of relative knowledge. There are different depths of relative knowledge. Finally, you will find yourself only satisfaction comes from the absolute knowledge. And until then, you will feel dissatisfied. And this is not a curse, it is a blessing. It is so beautiful. It is like a internal divine push towards the towards your own self, towards your own heaven. So it's something so good. The suffering reminds you that you are not home yet. So it is not bad, it's so good. Otherwise, you will put your tents down somewhere in the way, on the way only, thinking that this is home. It is not home yet. So you are saying, thank you, I am just not getting words to express what is happening here, which is like confusion, like full of smoke that I cannot see anything. Even this, what is also becoming too much. Then where is God? Why all these thoughts, all these rubbish coming out? If only these thoughts are here, then where is God? Why is this game like this? What is the joy of all this? So tired, exhausted. This tired, exhausted also is the key. Put it on another paper. Tired, exhausted. Because very quickly we will forget. When the joy comes, you will again forget this. Tired, exhausted. This tired means I don't want to play anymore. I want to go home. Exhausted is the way how life is exhausting your energy of or tendency of playing, and it is already happening perfectly well the way it is right now. Knowledge is poison now for me. Kindly help me clear this. Also, this is beautiful word. These are beautiful words. Right? Knowledge is poison now for me. So write these things somewhere so that you don't forget. Remind yourself knowledge is poison for me. And if knowledge is poison for you, you will not look into the words of any masters, any gurus on FV or anywhere else. Because knowledge is poison for you. When who will go and pick up poison tablets from the store when you can see that it is poison? Only when we cannot see that it is poison, we only call it is poison, it is poison. Like we have a habit, for example, somebody is eating too much sugar or chocolates, and they know it is poison for me, it is poison for me. But you are not saying it with totality. If you have said this with totality one time only, it is poison, then you will never ever do it. Never ever eat chocolate or anything like that. I am not against chocolate or anything, just an example. So remember these things, Aparna. Otherwise, this game of mind will continue like this for some time. Because this is what I have seen happening to so many beings, and FV has become a sort of a hub of spiritual tourism, you can say, which is okay for most of the beings because they are not really interested in seeking or in realizing their full truth. They are interested in, they are satisfied with the relative knowledge of the self. of the relative experience of the self only, which is perfectly fine. But for some of you who actually want to only now know the absolute, all, or taste the absolute, or want to only be free now in all the sense, then for them, for you, it is not a good company. Then for you, it is not a good habit. It is only serving now to the mind, not to the seeker. In the beginning, the words of the masters will serve to the seeker mind, because there is nobody else inside you. Nobody has, you have not become conscious of any other labels present within you. As you start becoming conscious, as you discover your deeper aspects, then the seeker becomes the explorer of the deeper aspect which has been recognized. But mind still remains for some time, and this mind is the seeker mind without anybody here, just a tendency. And it will still like to go do window shopping on FB or with friends or books or anything like this. So for those of you who have discovered something deeper, it is now time to just let go of this seeker mind tendencies. You don't need words so much now. You need some sense of direction. You need some touch of your own self within yourself. You need to more stay in touch with yourself. Even when you are confused, you don't. You have not stopped existing. Aparna, you still exist. Just focus on that which exists continuously. Only stay focused. I have been talking to some of you, like Jaini, you also. I always mentioned, remember the golden keys which have been given by great masters like Ramana Maharshi, Papaji, Guruji, Mujiji. Keep those golden keys with you. And what is the golden key? I keep reminding you again and again. Only stay focused. Keep your focus on that which does not come and go. Or even if your focus is outwardly on that which is changing, keep confirming again and again to yourself. Keep reminding that, oh, it is changing. Yes, it is changing. That will keep you free from any possibility of association with that and free from suffering. Before you can recognize that which is not changing fully, you must recognize that which is changing. Life is giving you, Aparna, this opportunity now to recognize that even this joy, this bliss changes. So this is not it. This is not what you are. You are that which remains in both the states, when there is joy and when there is suffering. So stay like this. You are saying all these words are so bold that they are pronouncing itself so loudly. I am speaking only, actually, I am only speaking on behalf of you because you want to say actually this, and somehow it is like a mysterious uh, play of life, you can say, because I'm not really separate from you in that way. You are saying, yes, I want to end this mind game. And then you are saying, done, I am done. Please finish this for me. I have no time anymore. Please understand my urge and earnestness and thirst to be home. I just want to hug you now. You are hugging me already. I am hugging you already. Just let go of your your love with me that is there inside on the other side from where you are speaking. Just let go of your love affair with this me. Beyond that, I'm already hugging you. You are already hugging me right now. Remember, this me will not become free. This me is the imprisonment from which you have to become free. So let this me be here. Let this me feel joy, and let this me feel uh, blissful and sometimes suffering. This me is seen. This me is also experienced by you. And this me also changes its state, its statements, its demands. So it is also that which is changing. Beyond this is what is not changing. Beyond this is what is not coming and going. And from there you are actually seeing right now. From there you are reporting. You are not recognizing only, but actually you are seeing from there only right now. When you are saying, I want to be free from this me, you don't need to be free from this me. You are already free. Just stick to one thing. Stay with that which does not come and go within yourself, out inside of yourself, and recognize that as much as possible. And in this process, you will recognize first of all that which comes and goes, all that which changes. Stick to this simple rule. You will not need any other techniques ever. And you get in the trap of the mind, and you get interested in the words and the concepts. Then you again enter into the field, relative field, where there is relative stability, relative instability, relative changelessness, relative changefulness. There is a changelessness beyond this. That is what is called radical. It's a radical change, radical shift. So, Aparna, this is my answer to you. You are saying you are laughing, laughing, laughing. Thank you so much. Thank you. Stay like this. Just don't forget. We do forget sometime. Even when we are in such a good state of merging into ourselves, we even for some time forget. And it is not really that you forget. Actually, it is like a new level of hmm, relative relative new relative level that has been discovered within you. It is it appears to be stable, blissful, stable. It is not. It is only relatively stable, like from the place you are coming from, the place of body, mind, level, senses. It looks very stable, but it is not really stable, and it will change. And this is such a blessing and love of the beloved for you that it does change. If it doesn't change, you will live with it, and you will die with it without discovering your true stability, true constantness, or constant being. So it is so beautiful. Just remember, don't put your tent down ever as a seeker of truth. Keep moving. Charaveti, Charaveti. Keep moving means never satisfy with anything, never compromise with anything. Keep the golden key with you. Only stay with that which only only is only spend the night in this journey with that which does not come and go. And during this journey, you will meet many beings, you will meet many things within yourself which come and go. But don't stay there. Keep moving to the next, to the deeper, whatever it is inside yourself, like this. And you will find that which does not come and go. But you will not find that in a conventional way. Like you cannot find it like a explorer separate and this separate. It is discovered in a very different way. But for that, you have to to acknowledge consciously all that which is coming and going. Because otherwise, that changeful will appear as changeless. Because relatively it is stable, it will appear as changeless. It is not changeless, really. So keep moving. Don't open your champagne. Guruji say no like this. Don't open your champagne too early. This is the time to marinate within yourself, Guruji says. Not to show off, not to discuss, not to do window shopping on FV and things like this. For those who want to finish the job, for those who want to continue playing the game of relative knowledge and experiencing, it is totally fine. Both are part of the same life, both are divine. It depends what do you want right now. You are saying all your blessings, no words for expressing gratitude. Thank you, beloved. Love you so much. I also love you so much, dear. Thank you. And Nitya, you are saying, yes, your words are one big hug, Raji. Thank you. And your presence here in this meeting and your openness is big hug for me also, Nitya and everyone. It's a beautiful group hug we are having, no? This meeting is like a group hug, no? It's beautiful. Thank you, Nitya. Thank you for being here. Barbara, you are saying Namaste, dear Raji. So grateful to be in your presence today. Sending much love. Welcome, Barbara. I'm happy to see you are here. Lots of love to you. There is no question anywhere right now. I finished everything. Oh no, there is no question. There is nothing wrong in any activity, including uh, indulging with friends, discussions, FV, any other social media, and books, TV, or any other entertainment for that matter. It is all perfect. What matters is actually that is it in service of your mind, or is it in service of your deeper desire that has arisen in you to become free from suffering, to to live in the natural joy, to live in harmony. So this is what we must every seeker must check only. Is it serving your deeper desire, or is it serving your tendencies, your mind, which is your past? Past is habit. So are you doing it out of habit, or are you doing it consciously and it is serving you really like this? Some habits are needed at the body level in order for the body to function properly up to some extent. Some habits are needed at the mind level also, like habit of understanding uh, words, many things like this. which that is like a training. So you cannot give up all the training of body mind. A lot of training of body mind still remains, but it cannot push you in a certain direction. It cannot push you to do certain things, although it may create sort of desire, sort of craving. But if you don't entertain it, it doesn't have power to push you in a certain direction. I actually have had a very, innocent seeing in the past also, when I was trying to find something, some significance in life. I discovered one time that the tongue, which we all use, we all experience when we are eating something. The tongue will can tell you what is put on the tongue. So what is going in your stomach, in your system, in your body. But the tongue cannot tell you what you should eat, what should go in. You know that some deeper power, your mind decides. So you cannot blame for your tongue or your mouth to eat wrong food. It can only tell you that it is bitter. Your stomach can tell you it was not good, it was heavy, it was oily, or whatever. But it will be a after report. The tongue can tell you maybe upfront, whatever you put in the mouth, it can tell you it's not sweet, it is bitter. And like this, our senses, our mind, thinking capacity, analytical capacities, all of these things are very neutral powers. But to whom these powers are serving is what makes it difference. They are serving to unconsciousness right now within you. Unconsciousness means habit at this level, and lack of self knowledge at the identity level. Yatri, you are saying, here I feel that many seekers are asking questions on my behalf. I get answers, though they are through their questions. I want to thank them all and you too for being here for us. Okay, this is nice to know this, Yatri. Uh, Jenny, you are saying, thank you so much. Only this. Your words, the golden key, unmovable, unknowable, unfathomable. This. No words, but boundless gratitude and love. Yes, Jaini, only this. And all of you remember this. Try to listen very carefully. Only this is reliable. Only this is trustworthy. And only this is giving space for everything to happen, everything to come and go. But this does not go anywhere. Stay with this. And this is present everywhere, in all the times, in all the spaces, in all the realms of life. This is always here. Stay with this. This never moves. Stay with this, and you also don't move. Then let everything move in front of this. Let everything come in this and happen and go. But you don't go with that which goes. You don't come with that which comes. You stay with this which remains. Very nice journey. I'm very happy to connect with you right now. You are saying, Jenny, it cannot go. It never came. Thank you, beloved. Yes, this is the innermost knowing. It cannot go. It never came. But this must be our first hand knowledge. First hand means like alive knowledge, not a knowledge which came because we read some words, but it arises from within. It arises within you only, and the depth of yourself. It never came. That which did not come will not go also. That which came will go. Just very simple, very, very simple. Mind makes it complex. Yes, you are saying it is. It just is. And this isness is so perfect in itself. Perfect means not perfect in the sense of perfection, concept of perfection, but in the sense of fulfillment, completion. Nothing is missing. Nothing more is needed. Nothing is needed in any other way. The way it is, perfect as it is. Yes, yes. Sangeeta, you are saying this is a beautiful sutra. Thank you. Thank you, Sangeeta, for listening. I always find thankfulness within my heart for those who listen with openness. Jenny, you are saying nothing is needed. Yes. And this is the um, abundance of life, Jenny. Nothing is needed. And still, everything happens outside of yourself. Outside, or not outside, but in this unfathomable, in this unmovable, all happens as a play of experiencing, play of duality. And it is all perfect as it is. But we call confusion is only a experience. It is not really something serious. You don't need to be serious about it if you can see this. But we are where we are right now. Confusion is like a spring being pressed in a certain way in a direction. So it is gaining some strength to jump out of it. It is again experiencing. This is how life achieves experiencing through the opposites. So confusion, clarity, ignorance, knowledge. What we call field of consciousness is not really like full of light in that way. It is the field where conscious and being unconscious happens. It is where consciousness and unconsciousness happens. It is where light and darkness happens. And beyond this is the self that you are, which is neither light nor darkness, which is neither conscious nor unconscious, which is neither confusion nor clarity. Find that which is one, as Steve also said some time back, no, which does not have second, which has no second, which has no other, no opposite. That is yourself, which has no other. Anything which has opposite is movement, like a wave. Movement of the self only, like wave is movement of ocean only. And there is no wave actually, it is only ocean moving. But if you have not discovered the unmoving depths of the ocean, then you will have to rely on the movements of the waves and you will demand them to be in a certain way. But what we are talking right now is a complete let go. Not a let go that can be practiced, but a let go that happens by listening to such a in being in such a meeting. You are saying everything else is just a seeming happening. Yes. And still Jenny and everybody else, don't conclude. I used to say that don't conclude too early. These are, I think, Guruji's words. I want to say don't ever conclude. Not too early, not too late. Just simply don't conclude. Because if you conclude, you will take that state, that experience of the self as the final experience, that knowledge of the self as the final knowledge. There is no final knowledge of the self. You are free to be yourself, but the knowledge of the self keep happening more and more purely. Knowing of the self is something very different. Don't conclude. Only mind leaves you. Only you cross the boundary of mind in that way. Then you don't have confusion, demand for things to be in any certain way, and you don't also hold. This habit of holding also is part of the mind only. So just be free from this field of mind. Go deeper than that. That's all. Go deeper means don't come out actually. You're already deeper. You're already on the other side of the door. Just don't come out. But until we come out, we cannot really appreciate what is inside. That is why we come out, play, take a U-turn, go home, and then appreciate home ever than before. Jenny, you are saying yes. I hear you. Thank you. Thank you, dear. Thank you, Jenny. Okay, then. Uh, Sudha, you are saying something? Sudha, you are saying the life situations of the last weeks have has shown me the difference between observing myself, to be in my satsang, or to fathom God, to fathom the Creator. I don't ma- I don't know what I do. I don't know that I do it. I did it unconsciously. Please share something about it if you feel, dear Raji. Thank you, Sudha. Sudha, this question is not so clear to me. Can you please use some other words uh, so it becomes a little bit clear, or maybe a little bit write a little bit more? Then probably I will understand and I will be able to respond to it. Like I am not able to make out what exactly is the question in this, or what is the topic on which you want me to share uh, something. In the meantime, I want to. Okay, so that you are saying I will try. Okay. In the meantime, I am taking another question. Steve, you are saying, Raji, could you say something about devotees being given spiritual names by the Guru? What is the significance of spiritual names and in what way does it help self realization? Steve, everything that comes out of a guru means a being who has realized the self and working as a teacher, like helping others to realize. That is known as guru generally. Otherwise, it's a very vast word. This word has so many meanings actually, but generally, for now, we are defining it like this. Let us call it a teacher, a true teacher, let's say. So, a true teacher, whatever they do in that way, is just to help you remember why you are here, what is most important in your life. Because, as I said, mind is habit. Our past is habit. Past means memory and our tendency to stay in the memory. That is past, basically. That has become somehow our comfort zone. And comfort zone is where you feel uncomfortable if you get out of it. So name also is part of that effort, like a reminder that remember you are not the same. You have decided to take some challenge inwardly, to go on some adventure inwardly. This is what I feel. Otherwise, direct pointing, following the pointing is what really helps. Everything else is a support, and whatever way a teacher finds appropriate, and they can help you in that way, give you some reminders like this. So I feel it is not more than that generally, but there is one thing called uh, guru disciple relation, you can say. connection more you can say, which also happens, but it doesn't really happen so often. Like it doesn't happen in hundreds and thousands and uh, millions. It happens like every now and then, one or two like this only. It also happens sometime, but it is rare, very rare. A guru and disciple connection that happens. But in that also it is possible that guru gives you a name. But here the connection is important, not the name. Even if guru did not give you any name, will not matter, will not change anything. So these are two things which I feel I can share on this topic, Steve. Barbara, you are saying it is a soothing experience to allow to connect with the being in your energy field. It is medicine in all the turmoils going on right now. Thank you so much. With love. It is a very wonderful place, Barbara, where you are thirsty and I am overflowing of that which you are thirsty of. So we are a perfect match in that way, in this moment. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Barbara. Aparna, you are saying thank you, Rajee so much. My heart is at peace. This is beautiful. Enjoy. Enjoy yourself. Or enjoy self. I'm almost like this. I'm saying to you, Aparna, and to everyone, oh, beloved self, enjoy yourself. It may not be technically correct. The Advaita police may catch me actually on this statement, but it is more direct than any conceptual expressions generally. And it is heard also. It is heard in your heart. I know. That is why I speak like this. I am always talking to you, not to your mind. Mind comes in between. We do handle that also through question and answers, but we are always directly talking and listening. I am always talking to you. You are always listening to me directly. And I know this in my heart also. That is the encouragement and motivation to come to Sunday Satsangs. No? Barbara, you are saying no words, only deep gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Barbara. Thank you all for being here. I cannot explain you in words, but the fact is that when you open up into your own joy inwardly, I feel joy. When you flower, I feel joy. But I cannot explain you why. You will understand at one point why it happens like this. But I feel so much joy when you flower, when you feel happy, when you feel unburdened of suffering and responsibility of living your life. Even for one moment, even for few hours, few minutes here, Sudha, you have written again. I thought I am in satsang, observing myself, but at a moment I realized sometimes I am trying to find out what life the Creator would like to bring on my path, to see the cause and effects, so to speak. It came up because I feel I want to be with Guruji, but on the surface, everything seems to stop this. Should I just keep quiet? Uh, Sudha, if you can keep quiet, that is the best thing to be done. So, if possible, keep quiet. When I say if possible, I mean when these words hit you directly and immediately into your heart, when they hit you like an arrow into your heart directly, then you have no way to escape. Then you will enjoy keeping quiet. So, if these words have hit you really and they are coming from inside as a feeling, just keep quiet. Then there is nothing better than this, just keeping quiet. But if it is not the case, which is the case in most of the um, times I have seen, you cannot practice keeping quiet actually so much. Although it is also the best practice actually. But I feel like sharing this in this moment with you, Sudha, that if you feel still there is energy to do something like this, because which is the case in most of the times, like we want to keep quiet, but we are not able to keep quiet. In that case, another second best, let's say, thing is prayer. You want to be with Guruji? Pray. Pray in your heart. Beloved Guruji, I am praying with you right now. Pray in your heart, beloved Guruji, I want to be with you. But I don't know if this is the best thing to happen, to be done in this moment, in this situation, in order to wake up to my true nature. You know better than me, and you decide what is best for me. If I am supposed to be with you, I know I will be with you. Just help me overcome this momentary restlessness in which I feel outward activities or situations are for suppressing me, my desire to be with you or not letting it happen. I feel like I don't have complete trust in you in life. Help me to have complete trust. So this is the second best thing you can do. And still you feel still there is some energy left as it for a doer, then simply see. Simply see. Seeing without judgment. Meaning don't judge yourself, don't declare yourself as good or bad in this state. Don't declare anybody else also outside of yourself as good or bad. Situations outside of yourself as good or bad. Don't declare them like that. Simply observe. So that I feel this is what I can share with you in this moment. Harmony, you are saying these hearts are enjoying the beautiful group hug today. With deep gratitude, we send our love to you and all in the session. I accept your love, both of you, Ian and Harmony. It's beautiful to be here. It is a group hug actually. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you everyone. Sudha, you are saying thank you, beloved. I am tears. Perfect birds from heart. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sudha, for listening. Anna, you are here. You are saying, I just want to show myself to you, Rajee. Your words touch the heart here beyond understanding and belief. Very welcome, Anna. Very happy to see you are here and listening with so much openness. Beautiful, beautiful. Nitya, you are saying very much group hug, and you are saying sending smileys and lot of love. Thank you so much, Raji. Pranam. Thank you, Nitya. Thank you. We are reaching towards the end of the session, slowly, slowly, not immediately. So, if anybody has any urgent feeling to share something, to ask something, please you do so now. Matthias, you have written actually, and I have seen also this some time back. Can we practice some guided meditation right now? You said like this, but I feel that time has not come for this guided meditation yet. When this time comes, and if time comes in this session, the guided meditation will also happen. Thank you, beloved. Anil Bindal. Anil, you are saying Namaste. I could join now only. I want to know how can I vanish myself. Anil, I want to ask you why you want to vanish yourself. I don't really want to ask you in that way, but I'm just giving you some trying to help you see from where this question comes. This question comes from the belief that I need to vanish. You are saying, how can I vanish myself? Already two are here. You want to vanish yourself. Vanish means you want to clean something which exists separate from you inside yourself. So why you need to vanish? What need to vanish, and if it is you who has to vanish, how you can do it? Can you jump on both of your feet and stand? Can you stand on when your both of your feet are off the ground? It is like this, no? How can you vanish yourself when you are the doer of this activity that you are asking to do? Whatever you try, still you will still remain, no? So be clear, Anil, what exactly you want to know. Make your question, think a little bit about it, and again ask your question. If possible, we will cover in this session only. I want to take this question, Yatri. It is coming from you because somehow I am interested in such a investigation or looking together in this moment. You are saying sometime like this, like now. What are words coming from imagination or they are illusions? Thank you. You are saying coming from imagination or they are illusions. Before you can be truly sure about whether they are this is anything is imagination or illusion, you must fully understand what is imagination and what is illusion. Then only you can be 100% sure. So first be clear about what is imagination. Yatri, do you know what is imagination? In its totality, not just the the standard knowledge, that partial knowledge that we have, which is not an in-depth knowledge of the imagination power. And also the word illusion. What is illusion actually? You must first know this. Then use these words, and then you can actually check that when you have clearly understood that this is white, then you can check against it if it is white or not. If you find something white, you can say, okay, this is called white, or this is called like this imagination. No. So what is imagination? Everybody, let us look together. What is imagination? Is it a word only? Is it just a concept only? Or is there any reality behind the concept of imagination? There is some reality. That is why we accept this concept as a valid concept, as a useful concept. But have we explored that reality behind this concept fully? Or we are taking this concept and the definition and the facts around this concept as the only knowledge that is possible about imagination? This is what is called conceptual knowledge, isn't it? Like apple. I like this example many times. Apple is a name, a concept given to a fruit, but there is something behind the name, isn't it? And now this apple, this concept This name Apple has connectivity with the network of concepts, knowledge, conceptual knowledge, which is connected with the memory of people, experiences recorded in concepts, expressed in concepts. And all of this comes in front of you when you hold a apple, when you hold this fruit, let's say. It is let us call it a fruit. This a fruit is not really apple, the way we understand conceptually. It is a fruit. And each one of these fruits are unique from rest of the other fruits of this kind. So every apple is uniquely unique in itself. And every moment, every situation where you're eating that apple is also unique because of your state. It is different than the other states where you had this apple, same apple. So now, what is the use of this conceptual knowledge as far as tasting this fruit is concerned? Somehow we don't understand a very simple thing, that concepts are to be used for expressing yourself in front of those who want to hear something in conceptual language. It is not for you at all. Inside yourself, it is absolutely useless. This conceptual movement, this thinking, and all of this is absolutely useless for you. But somehow we are continuously living in the world of concepts in our mind, and we have slowly all started believing that this is knowledge. This is knowledge means this is knowledge, this is testing. No, it is not. It is talking about apple. So all the words which are connected with the base word apple, they all are talking about this fruit, but they never say anything really completely about this fruit. Only tasting of that fruit, only the immediacy, immediately confronting, or you know facing that fruit is what is going to bring true knowledge, true tasting, true experiencing. So, Yatri, this is what I feel like sharing with in response to your question. Okay. Anil, you are saying that the one who thinks I am bound is still present. And Anil, how does it matter whether it is present or not? What is your relation with this who is bound and present? How it can bind you? See this. I repeat your word for everyone to participate. The one who thinks I am bound is still present. So there is someone inside you who is bound. And definitely it is separate from you because you are saying the one. One means something separate. You are not saying I am bound. You are saying I have some feeling inside or someone inside me separate from me who is the one who thinks I am bound is still present. How does it matter? Does it matter because it is present in you and you want it to be out of your system? Is it like this? Or why exactly you are bothered by the presence of this, that believes, that thinks that I am bound? Be clear about your relationship with it and be clear about its location within yourself. Where exactly it is, it exists. Where exactly it is present. Find the location within yourself right now. That which thinks, who thinks I am bound. And also find your relationship with it. What is your relation with it? Why you are bothered by it? And only find the relation. Don't try to destroy it. Don't try to change it. Don't try to remove it. None of these things are needed at this moment. When needed, you can do that also. But first be clear about your relation with it, about the location of this within yourself, so that when needed, you can easily push it out of your system. So, Anil, I am waiting for you for for 1 or 2 moments. Please write something, or if you want to take more time, then I will come back to you after that. Mila, you are saying, dear master, I feel that mind cannot understand what's going on, but it is amazing. Thank you for this nothingness, love. Very nice, Mila. But Mila, one nice thing, interesting thing here, which probably you are missing, is that you understand that mind does not understand, isn't it? So at a deeper level, you are able to understand this, that mind is not able to understand what is going on. So some knowledge is happening already, some deeper knowledge is happening already. But because of our long association with the mind, when knowledge does not happen at the mind level, we feel kind of disturbed or we feel dissatisfied in some way. It is okay. The self, the truth cannot be known at the mind level anyway. So mind can never understand what's going on. So it is perfect, Mila. Mind has limited capacity of understanding. It is like tasting the truth through the thinking and imagination. Body also has even more limited capacity of tasting like this. It is tasting truth or self through senses. All these aspects of yourself have limitations, and they have their own purpose, beautiful purpose. But when we are not satisfied by the taste of the self that is that you have through the senses, through the body and through the mind, then we like to go deeper. And here what happens cannot be understood by mind. It's a very direct experience. It is an experience, it is a knowledge, and it is not an experience and it is not knowledge also at the same time. Now it is so contradictory, mind cannot understand it. So it's very beautiful, Mila. I'm very happy. Anil, you are saying it is just an appearance in me. I am Brahman. I am Brahman is mental. How to drop this I am. Uh, Anil, I'm sorry to say like this, but you are too much full of conceptual knowledge. You don't drop anything, just drop this knowledge. By looking into it, whether you really know what you are speaking, you are saying, I am Brahman. You are saying it is just an appearance in me. Are you really sure? I feel you are not really. You don't really know. You don't fully know. Know it fully. First of all, be clear about your knowledge, how much, what you know. Then only you can be free. Because there is nothing that is binding you. There is no bondage anywhere except believing that there is a bondage, and that belief comes from our sense of knowledge, that I know what is going on in my life, and I know how life should be, how life events should be, how this moment should be. And then we have demand from life to be other than what it is right now. That causes suffering, that causes demands, and that also keeps you away from living fully what is. So first of all, Anil, be very, very clear about it. As you have noticed, I'm a little bit direct. I don't like to play around. I want to be straight and to the point. And this is how I feel it is. Remember, all of you, the true knowledge can never bring suffering. And the false knowledge, the partial knowledge, can never bring natural, effortless joy. So if you have effortless, natural joy, you will not need to bother anyway. The thoughts will not be entertained by you anyway. Any kind of thoughts. Whether even the thought that you are not the self yet, you must do something about it. No, when you are happy, you are happy. When you are effortlessly joyous, you are effortlessly joyous. It is when you are not effortlessly joyous, when you are putting your effort to be joyful, that is when we wonder what is this and what is that and what to do and what not to do. Just do one thing: verify your knowledge, your present knowledge. Forget about true knowledge, verify your present knowledge. What do you really know? Really know means what do you know without touching past. In that case, you cannot really use even a single concept, a single word even. I am using words because I have to use, there is no other way to communicate right now. But if I had the possibility, if we would be sitting together, probably I would not speak to you also. I will say just sit, only sit and listen. So right now, do you know anything without touching your past? When this word come, Brahman, it is somewhere you read this in some book. So don't use this word also. Don't use any spiritual concepts actually for the time being. Now speak in a very simple language. What is what is what is your knowledge? Do you have any knowledge in this moment which is unshakable, which is not changing? You can test it for until next Sunday maybe. What is the knowledge that you have without touching the past, which does not change? And there is knowledge inside, but this knowledge is very different and very limited in the moment. You are saying, I know nothing. Anil, you said this before also. but it doesn't look like, it doesn't have that smell of truthfulness and authenticity. Be very clear within yourself, work on yourself. There is no way to escape this hard work. There is no way to quickly jump onto some solutions. If it was possible, it would have already happened in so many past years that you have been trying to work on yourself. Now wake up. This way did not work for you. Now try to do something radical. Try to look at this in a different way, totally different way. And if you think that I don't know anything, I know nothing, if you are saying like this, there can be only two results of such a statement when you are speaking from truthfulness. Either you will feel suffering, deep pain in your heart, but you will not feel any pain about anything else, because this is the root of all the pains that you have now. This is the most important thing to solve now, that I don't know anything. And there is an impulse inside to know really, because this I don't know anything in the beginning is like living in darkness, and there is an impulse to live in light, to have some clarity. So if it is like this in the beginning, and this brings you to a beautiful space where you again say I know nothing, and it is an amazing statement. Now you know that all the knowledge is just a play, it is just a taste. The divine is having, it is a divine play to taste itself. It's a play of knowledge. It's not really knowledge. There is no true knowledge in that way. And there is no true knowledge which can be expressed in words in that way. So stay with this. It is going to make you free from all the questions, all the troubles. And this will be the only trouble. It is like concentrated trouble. It is like concentrated pain and suffering. I don't know anything. And it is going to take you home. Because this is a true not knowing. And it will take you to true knowing. So come to that ground of purity first. Let go of all that you believe you know, but you don't really know. By seeing clearly, do I really know this? Or I'm just speaking about it? Like this. Okay, I think last one more question here also, which I will take now. Sudha, I think it is Devdas. I will call you Devdas. You say, note, this is the name given by our Guruji. Okay. So, Devdas, you are saying, I bought an apartment which I found now that is quite noise, and I blame myself sometimes for this. But although I know that the decision was done by the universe and I have to accept this and be quiet. But could you please bring some light in this, dear? Uh, Devdas, I feel, first of all, let go of all the false partial knowledge. Meaning, when you say that I know that the decision was done by the universe, be very clear about it. Do you really know? Because if you really know, there cannot be any blame or complaint about it. And if there is a blame and there is a complaint about it, you don't really know it yet. So then let go of it. It is just partial knowledge. So it is okay to keep it in some level, but not taking it as really something very valuable. It is much more, it is actually a very valuable to live in darkness than to live in the illusion of light. Because that illusion of light will never let you reach to the true light. This not knowing is the realization of our darkness, which leads you to the true light of the self. So be clear about it first. Do I really know that the decision was done by the universe? If the decision was done by the universe, which looks like a beautiful thing to experience, then how you can blame yourself or any other parties who were involved in this happening in this thing, and live in this not knowingness that I don't really know how it happened. Then you can just pray that, oh Lord, I don't know really how it happened, and I don't really know whether it was good or bad for me, but right now I don't feel happy actually. Can you help me see the blessing in disguise? Because I'm not able to see your hand in this. I'm not able to see your the divine signature in this activity that has happened. Can you please help me see, oh beloved? Can you show me your hands in this? Then I will be satisfied. Even if I am in deep pain and suffering and I am disturbed, I will be happy. I will rejoice. That because it is in your hands, and your hands cannot do anything wrong. So Devdas, like this, I feel. This is what I want to say to you. Yes, you are saying thank you, Rajee. Yes, thank you. And Sudha, you wrote also that noisy apartment question is Joseph's. Yes, I understood that. Devdas' question. No? This was beautiful session with all of you in so many different ways. It was multi-dimensionally beautiful, I will say. So much full of love, joy of being together like this, and insights being shared because of you who is so open to listen and ready to get the pointing. Beautiful questions came inside your heart, which are beautiful expressions of pointings of truth towards the truth came also it happened. Uh, Devdas, you are saying, I'm very grateful for your clarification. Thank you. Thank you, Devdas. Thank you for listening. Thank you. It was very, very nice with all of you. Thank you. Thank you.